My name is Anna Lister, and I'm a lecturer at Lakes College in English, and I also manage the Centre for Excellence in Maths project. I trained in finance originally, and then I was in my 30s before I went into teaching. So I'd always worked on just bespoke networked computer systems. I had worked in a couple of colleges, but teaching was something much later in life. We used to have computers at school, but this was like back in the 80s when they used to wheel in a massive trolley with an even bigger television on it or computer. I'm just so frightened of becoming one of these sort of dinosaurs, that's like stuck in the corner, sticking stuff on an OHP on a projector, wheeling it into the classroom. And I'm so jealous of there's some teachers around our college that are so brilliant with it, and I'm so jealous. I'm like, how did you learn that so quickly, and how do you know that stuff? But, I'm finding it more and more useful the more we learn. I think the digital surgeries were amazing. There's so much I don't know, and I think the only frustration is sometimes there's so much I don't know, and I want to take the time out to learn it, but there never seems to be enough hours to do that. I need to try it and I need to do it. And I actually get really, really confused because I like to be given clear instructions and then I like to try it. That's a real problem for me if I'm not given time and space to learn something. But actually, if something doesn't work, I'm all right with that. I think I've taught long enough to know how to just improvise. So it's like, all right, we'll scrap that. We'll do something else. I think things should work, but stuff goes wrong, doesn't it? I am quite creative, so I do like to think, all right, well, what can we do instead? That's okay. It is time, because the other things have to take priority, like, you're planning for your lessons and, you're marking and you're tracking and, all your progress reviews, not the other things that go with teaching and have to be done, but they can be time consuming. And then sometimes you feel like you've just had enough. You're not really in the mood to sit then and think about, I'm going to plan how to do this in a different way. I think it's just time and having the energy and the motivation to do it after you've finished teaching all week. You do sometimes go to training sessions and you look at something and you think, that is just absolutely fantastic. I am so doing that. But by the time you get round to it, like a week later, you can't remember how to do it or what it was. I think what happens with digital stuff, it gets shoved to the bottom of the pile. You think it's not as important or as relevant or, so whether that's right or wrong, but it doesn't take priority. One of the things that I've been thinking a lot about recently is trying to make sure that I'm using evidence-based teaching strategies in my lessons and thinking about using technology for those evidence-based strategies with that link to, being a better teacher, I suppose.